see all 5 of Italy's Cinque Terre villages in one day. I've just arrived in Monterosso al Mare, which is the northernmost of all of the Cinque Terre villages, and I want to slowly hop along the coastline today, but I've got to be back in Levanto, which is a little bit further north from here, at 6:30 p.m. But I don't just want to rush through each town, so in each one I'm going to find a unique site, I'm going to have some sort of eating or drinking experience, and I'm going to find out a fun fact about the town or village. Coffee has been secured and I got to enjoy it in this wonderful setting. Now I'm going to head down to the beach to see my main site of Monterosso. But while I'm walking, I'll tell you my fun fact about Monterosso, and that is that I picked the wrong weekend in September to come here, because next Saturday there is one of the world's largest salted anchovy festivals. If it's particularly salted anchovies, this town in particular is very famous for its salted anchovies. Yeah, they have a whole festival about it. I actually don't eat fish, or I would try some while I was here. It is also the largest place on the Cinque Terre, and as I mentioned before, the only one with sizable beaches. Yeah, I'm getting really good vibes from here, to be honest. It is touristy, but not overwhelmingly so. I was in Capri, further south in Italy, earlier this year, which was a school holiday. I think it was Bank Holiday Monday actually, in May, and it was rammed, like you couldn't even move for people, and it's nowhere near that busy here. There's definitely, there's a lot of tourists, but not overwhelmingly so. And it's lovely, you've got the beach here, and then obviously you've got all of the other villages to explore. Like, you could easily just spend a beach day here, spend another day exploring the other villages. And then, I mean, there's loads more to see in this part of Italy as well. So, back by the seafront of Monterosso, and there is something a little way down that I want to try and find. I've just come down to Fegina Beach, and this looks like it's pretty much the only free beach in Monterosso. So you can come down here with your towel and relax. There's no sun loungers, and it's completely free access. But I wasn't here for that. I was here to see the Statue del Gigante, so giant statue this is called, and it's a statue that's meant to represent Neptune. It was made in 1910, but bombing during the Second World War and subsequent sea damage has caused it to lose some of its limbs. Nowadays it doesn't have arms, but it is quite a notable landmark of the Cinque Terre, and it kind of stands as an entry to Monterosso and thus the Cinque Terre as well. I've just arrived at Monterosso station, so without a doubt the easiest way to travel around the Cinque Terre villages is by taking the local trains. So the local trains connect all 5 of the villages, and it takes between 3 and 5 minutes to get to each one. Now, relative to the rest of the trains in Italy and how quick these trains are, they aren't particularly cheap, costing around €10 for each short journey. However, what you can do is get a day pass, which includes access to all the trains, and it also includes access to any of the hiking trails, along with some other perks like Wi-Fi throughout the Cinque Terre as well. To do this, you can go on the Cinque Terre official website and purchase the package that you need for that particular day. The rates do vary depending on what time of year you're visiting and whether it's a weekday or weekend. I have paid the most expensive rate because it's a weekend day in September, so I paid €32 for my day pass. This will take me along the Cinque Terre, and it will also take me back to Levanto, which is where I'm spending the night tonight. So I've come to this restaurant, which is far away from all of the crowds, and it has the most incredible views over the village. This is just one of my food and drink things here, but this is dry wine from the Cinque Terre, and it is actually delicious. So this is where I ate Il Turismo Perasca, which is a seafood restaurant. I did not have seafood. They have quite a lot of rules here. But it was very nice in there, albeit expensive. €20 for a bowl of gnocchi and €8 for a glass of wine. But it was very nice, and you're paying for the view, aren't you? So when I was planning this day, I was actually thinking about hiking between the towns, because there is a hiking trail that connects all 5 of them. So you can see here, this is where it goes to Corniglia. But then I realised that hiking between all the towns, trying to see some of the towns, eating, just would not have fitted into one day. But now let's head down this way. Now there is a little secret passageway that I'm looking for, but it might be so secret that I might miss it. Here was the little cut through that I was looking for. So this is a cave that goes out to the sea, but actually there is a rope up at the moment and access is forbidden. But the interesting thing about this beach was that it was only formed in 2011 when there was severe flooding and landslides in the town. So now the village has 2 beaches, one is completely new. And this is the main harbour area, the beach, the boats and the main village square. I will say that where I went for lunch was lovely. These places, I'm sure the food is good, it is Italy after all, but they look busy and very touristy. So if you're after somewhere to go for lunch here, do check out the restaurant I went to. I've got about 10 kilos on my back. I'm climbing a lot of stairs. Oh, but should all be worth it. Entry €2. My €5 note to spend. Stairs. I think there's even more at the top as well. Oh. Ciao. Oh no, si. Grazie. Oh, that's good. I already walked up all the stairs. So I'm at the top now and the views are incredible. Now, while most people probably come here for the views, the tower itself is actually really interesting as well. So this tower was built around 1,000 years ago and it was used to protect the villages against pirates. So there used to be a lot of pirates here, largely from Pisa, which is just down the coastline really. But obviously there was a lot more wars some centuries ago. And in the Second World War, the Germans used it as an anti-aircraft station. So that is Monterosso, where I started. And then the train goes through a tunnel pretty much the whole way through the cliffs and then ends up there. Now let's go and look where I'm heading next. So the next village I'm going to, which is high on the cliffs, and I think you can just about see it, is Corniglia. And then the other 2 are behind. Talk about how on TikTok I did see someone refer to the Cinque Terre as a hidden gem. I don't really think it is a hidden gem, especially Vernazza was very, very, very crowded just then. Maybe it is compared to Amalfi and Capri, but I mean they are some of the most over-touristed places in Europe, so I definitely wouldn't call it a hidden gem, but it is very, very nice. Just waiting for my next train now. This one is not delayed so far. So that's good. Let me show you the train board and how to work it out. So to find train times, I'd recommend looking at train line, and then you'll see a train number and a time for the next one that will go to your destination. This is because not all of the trains that go to La Spezia call at all of the other stations, and the same as not all the stations that go to Monterosso in the other direction call at all of the intermediary stations. So I know that the train I need to get is at 1:46. The next train that goes to La Spezia is the one I want to get. It's this one here, where it says Orario, 13:46, and then bin stands for binari, which means platform, so bin number 2. And then the RIT, R-I-T, I'm guessing late is something like ritar or something in Italian. That will say if there's any delays, and at the moment none of them have any delays. So if you are taking the train in Monterosso, do be aware that not all of the trains will stop at every station on the route. Some of them will go straight to La Spezia, and this is because Monterosso is a slightly bigger station, La Spezia is the bigger station, and some of the trains, like one of the trains that passed through was a sleeper train that had come from Vienna. So some of the trains are going a really long way and they don't necessarily stop at every single station. And I've arrived in Corniglia. My fact for Corniglia is that it is the only village that doesn't directly go down to the sea. and to reach it, even from the station, you have to go up 383 steps. So that's what I'm going to do with this rucksack on my back. Wish me luck. The good news is, as part of my challenge, there will have to be some sort of treat for me waiting at the top. Oh, nearly at the top. This is quite the climb. I hiked Everest Base Camp earlier this year and I'm still struggling. Oh, there's still more stairs. Okay, people just walked past me with ice cream and they came from this way that I'm walking, which is still uphill. Oh my goodness me. And my food or drink item to try in Corniglia is ice cream in the sunshine, which is already melting, so I better dig in. So I've just come to my tourist attraction of the village, and that is the Church di San Pietro. So this is a 14th century church that actually has parts dating back from the 11th century. And apparently the person who painted the frescoes inside was who Michelangelo studied under. So let's go and have a little look inside. I made it to Manarola. I have my food item in hand. I'm heading up to my attraction, uphill again, and I thought I'd share my fact. A couple of facts actually. Manarola is thought to be the oldest out of all the Cinque Terre towns. There have been records of it since the 1200s, and the cornerstone of one of the churches dates back to the 1300s. And the other fact that I have is that they actually speak a local dialect in this village alone called Manarolese, and it's actually marginally different to the dialects even in the surrounding villages. Let's try this focaccia. So I got this in just a local focaccia shop, and it's supposed to be the local to the area. They did also do it with pesto on, but it was €3 more with pesto. And I thought, because I had pesto pasta for lunch and may well have it for dinner as well, I thought I'd just get the plain one. It's good. It might be even better with a little bit more oil or something on. I'm going to see why the one with pesto is popular, but if this was served with something, it would be very good. I'm never going to eat all of this. And the attraction for Manarola is, of course, this epic viewpoint, which is largely regarded to be the best in all of the Cinque Terre. Manarola doesn't really have a beach, but it does have a harbour, and there are some sea pools down there people are swimming in, and then people are just like sunbathing on this concrete bit here, which does not look the comfiest. That train was London Underground rush hour busy. It is a Sunday and it's September, but it is busy here. I didn't think here would have as bad over tourism issues, but it definitely feels it at the moment. After 18,000 steps, many of them uphill, and all 5 Cinque Terre towns, I deserve this. I still need to find an attraction in Riomaggiore, but Aperol was more important. I think we've got some olives as well. This bar is called Bar e Vini a Piedma, and it has incredible Mediterranean views. Now, my fun fact about Riomaggiore concerns its name. So, Riomaggiore in Italian means main river, And this might sound a bit strange coming from a small village, but there did actually used to be a main river running through this village, which it's hard to imagine now. And you know what? My sight of Riomaggiore is going to be this marina, because I don't feel like I've properly appreciated the marinas yet. Unfortunately, I have all my stuff on me, but what I don't have in my stuff is a swimming costume, so I've not been able to go for a dip. I would have loved to otherwise, because the Mediterranean waters have been looking exceptional today. Lovely place to dip, it's a lovely place to be. You can also rent out kayaks here, you can go on boat trips, and you can even go scuba diving as well. So I feel like the marina in Riomaggiore is the place to be. I think I've just about got enough time to head up here to one last viewpoint. I have loved my day in the Cinque Terre. It's probably the most beautiful place I've visited in Italy, but there is no way this can be called a hidden gem. It's been heaving. It is a Sunday, so it's busier than most days, and it is September, which is still kind of the busy season, but it's definitely not a hidden gem. If you're sticking around, then watch this video of a city that I genuinely think is a hidden gem in Europe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've got a couple more Italy videos to film tonight and tomorrow, so do subscribe if you haven't already and stay tuned for them. And I hope I will see you next time. Bye!